Well, good morning, YouTube. This is going to be a quick recap, hopefully quick, of my trip. I went out to Death Valley, did a 4-day trip, went through Titus Canyon. I got to break down my bike and I got to take everything off. What I wanted this video to kind of be about is to show you guys what I had carried, and everything you see on how my bike is how I went into Death Valley. I'll explain the gas and stuff later. But so I did Titus Canyon and I did it with all this stuff on. And there's a lot of times when people do loadout videos like I did for my Route 66 trip in 2018. Oh, you're bringing too much. I get a lot of comments, you're too loaded down, you're too this. Well, here's my recommendation to anybody who's getting into adventure riding when it comes to packing. Pack what you want to bring. Bring it all. Bring the kitchen sink. Bring it knowing that your packing is going to obviously affect a few things when it comes to your traveling and it comes to your handling. Number one, comfort on the bike, possibly. I it was added comfort for me because this 30-liter bag was providing some great lower back support. I loved having this here. This actually encompasses my two-man tent, which is kind of small for me. Two-man tent, my sleeping bag, my sleeping pad. Here's the poles up here. That was put to the test. I love everything in there. I'm not changing it. I can go smaller and lighter, but that is exactly what I'm doing from now on. We were in wind, we were in rain, and the stuff I had in there, I slept like a baby, made a big difference, not changing it. The other thing when you pack up your bike is the handling. Weight and balance is important. So if you're going to carry a lot, make sure you make sure that when you're doing the weight and balance, make sure that if you are bringing a lot, that you're balanced front and back. Try to keep things as low as possible and equal left and right. The other thing you're gonna have to consider is fuel consumption. The more bulk, the more wind drag, you're gonna be burning fuel. Where your stuff would be a problem when you bring too much is if you're traveling with other people and what you bring, you end up having too much and they end up having to carry it. Or you slow them down by packing and unpacking. Now, there were a lot of stuff I brought on this trip just for the sake of experimental, trying to see what would work and what wouldn't. And my next trip, I will be bringing a lot less, only because for me, it came down to packing and unpacking and seeing what was working best for me. So I will thin it out. But I handled fine. I was on Titus Canyon. I handled it fine. I got great gas economy. All the things people say, why to pack so light. I don't have that argument. I would just say, make sure you're comfortable. Make sure that you're using this stuff. If you're going to do something like the Trans-American Trail, yeah, go as light as possible. If you're in soft sand, obviously, there's more aspects of what you pack and handling the bike than what I'm covering right now. But for me, for Death Valley, this was awesome. But if I were to do it again this weekend, I would definitely pack lighter because there was just some stuff I didn't touch. Some stuff I knew I just wanted to trial it out that I won't bring next time. One thing I did want to point out real quick is I do travel with two GPSs. This one's great. It hooks up to my Zumo. It says Zumo, hooks up to my Sena headset on my motorcycle helmet. And then this one, when we were on the BDR in Death Valley, that one was really handy. That's a different type of GPS. We did go through the Mojave from Southern California. We cruised through, actually, this is the Death Valley map. So let me show you Titus Canyon real quick. So what you're going to want to do for Titus Canyon is you're going to start your trip probably here in Beatty. There's a really good place. I did a video of it. Get something to eat there at Beatty before you get into the Titus Canyon area. And then you're going to cut through here. One thing I'd recommend, take this turn out to Rhyolite. Just cruise through Rhyolite, the old ghost town. You can get off, take some videos. There's a lot of tourists in that area. It's an abandoned town in Rhyolite. And then it's going to bring you right back down here. If you wanted to go straight to Titus out of Beatty, you'd come right down here, and here's where Titus is. It is a one-way canyon, but hey, this doesn't take you more than 5 minutes. If you're all the way up there, definitely go through Rhyolite, jump back on, take this road out to Titus Canyon. We did see some wild mountain goats, rams, whatever they were, and then it's going to dump you out here. And then where we stayed was Stovepipe Wells. We actually camped out 2 nights at Stovepipe Wells. This is all hard pavement. This part is just basically a road, not really too crazy. But in here, this is where it gets a little bit crazy. I did take a spill while I was out there. I got my foot trapped underneath my bike. The little bit of damage happened on my handguard here. That's from the fall. I didn't really sustain any real bad injuries. And the only thing that happened is that my Happy Trails crash bar got pushed in, where usually, you see where the skid plate is? The engine protecting plate, usually this bar is out this way. This foot peg, this highway peg is bent a little bit in. I'm gonna try to remedy that. It's not a priority right now. If I have to get a new set, well, so be it. I'm gonna call Happy Trails, tell them what happened, see if they have a better answer. But that was probably it. That and that. Now, I did get my left foot pinned underneath. My riding partner, Greg, pulled the bike off of me. I was wearing this configuration I always wear. This is the left boot, TCX boots, which were great, very comfortable, very good to walk in. They're Gore-Tex, but also very soft. My knee hit the ground, hit the dirt gravel. No injury, no discomfort, no pain at all. I had these on. I wear these every time I ride. And going through Mojave, we were going through some Joshua/yucca trees where the branches were low and were hitting us. That protected me fine. I love these Leats. I mean, they're dual hinge. I could talk more about those in detail. But when I went down, my knee hit first, no problem. The boot got a little chewed up here. And when it was like, I guess, perpendicular to the ground. It was on the ground like this, like I just dropped it. It was on the ground, something to this fashion underneath the bike, and it was just being bent like that. My foot was being bent like that with the weight of the bike right here where the heel was. Nothing bad happened, you know, with and I'm not trying to get a Better Homes and Garden with my garage. It's a mess right now. But nothing, and my foot was in discomfort. My big toe is a little bit tender today, but I was only going about maybe 5 miles an hour. I was coming down as kind of a steep descent, put too much front brake on right when the front tire was on top of a slick rock. The bike just said, well, you don't want to go, neither do I. So it's almost like I came to a complete stop before I went down. So it wasn't anything high speed. And those that ride off road on technical trails, you know, we're trying to maneuver, and it's not like I was rolling anywhere. It just flopped down. One other thing I was going to show you, so I showed you the map of Mojave going through Titus, one way through BD. But let me show you what we did in Mojave when we were going up there on the BDR. These are great maps to get if you didn't know about them. You get them on Amazon all day long. There's different sections all throughout the United States. It's cool because it shows you gas stops, gas ranges. So what we did, we left Southern California area, came in through here, right around here. No, I'm sorry, not Blythe. We cruised around here to 29 Palms. Then we shot up to Amboy, which is on Old Route 66 here. There's Amboy. And then we jumped on it right about here where Old Route 66 again, where the Oasis gas station is. And we jumped on the California BDR. This was all one track. A lot of it was one track. I've never done anything like this before in my life. It was really cool. Unfortunately, Greg went down twice. One was just a soft fall. The other one, he impacted a Joshua tree / yucca tree. I think he fractured his tibia or fibula, and but he kept going on with the ride. It swelled up pretty good, and now it's pretty well discolored. We did run over here to Primm, Nevada to get to gas up, and because of his injury, we didn't jump back up on the BDR up to BD. We stayed on the Nevada side and went up through this area here. So this is the California BDR map. I do have the Nevada one right here. The Nevada one shows this gray area in greater detail. But these are great maps. We had a really good ride. I think there was a few more things I wanted to say, but I don't. Oh, let me just show you this really quick. I'm always going to travel with a cover. This is my cover over the Rotopack. What's interesting, this case, this bag to the motorcycle cover has a little clear view thing here. I don't know why, but this is all clear view. What I did is I put in about a cell phone size battery charger I have, that's solar. Then I have a solar light that sat here. So while I was riding, it was charging during the day, which was awesome. Like that nuance. And then I have a solar panel, which I have no idea what I did with. I had a portable solar panel that I set up, and it had 2 ports on the back. It's in here somewhere. I'll do a review on it later. The portable solar panel was awesome. It closed up on itself. We got back to Stovepipe Wells. It was about 5 p.m. We had about an hour of light. I opened it up. I put 2 USBs in the back. I was able to charge my phone up to 100% from 70 to 100. And my my Garmin InReach, my emergency transponder satellite GPS that I wear, that was like at 90 and it went up to 100. So it had 2 ports for 2 devices. That worked out real well. Gonna tell you, oh, actually it's under my helmet. I just found it. But before I show you that, this is the helmet I've been wearing. There's the Senda device that I recommend if you're traveling with somebody else. Definitely get one of those. It changes the ride dynamically. I do have a camera on this side. I think that one caught when Greg went down. But when I went down, I kind of face planted and the bill of the helmet hit the ground and kind of bent like that. I felt it. It bent. It got flexible. It bent, and then it pushed my head back up, and then I went back down softer. So I didn't really have any issues when it came to injuring my head or my face or my face shield. This was the solar panel I was talking to you guys about just a little bit ago. Once again, my garage is a mess. But this is how it works. So it's closed. It's closed like that as for carrying configuration. Fits in my side bag. There's the 2 ports back there. I got 2 USB ports. One's getting covered a little bit. There's 2 there, but one looks like it's covered by the covering, so I can push that away. I think you guys get the idea. Boy, my lighting is just not cooperating in here. But there's 2 USB ports underneath that pad. This thing is folded for protection. And then when I went to the campsite, I just simply opened it up. It's a lot of fun doing stuff with one hand. I just simply opened it up like that, and it grabbed the sun there in Death Valley only an hour, and it charged everything up. So this is a definitely go item. Stovepipe Wells didn't have any outlets. It has some RV stuff there, but it's all pretty much dry camping, and they have a dump site for the RVs. A couple other things I did to the motorcycle, which I'll talk about later. I'm going to conclude this, is that I replaced the air filter with a K&N air filter. I did some work on the water pump, and I put in a new spark plug. It made the ride a lot more comfortable. Here's some padlocks I locked that up with. I use a short cable lock to run the Rotopack to these. The reason why I didn't go with the locking Rotopacks, that if you know Rotopack, you know you've seen people that they have locks on them. I heard that they get jammed or stuck or whatever, and then I didn't realize my buddy who has one says that you can actually take the lock. The lock sits right here in the locking Rotopack. You can actually take it off and not use it if you don't want it. I didn't know that, but I'm happy with this. This works for me. I don't plan to be... Oh, the gas. So this is... I got 2 of these... Whoa. Oh, my batteries are going dead. Hey, let me conclude this. I'll talk about these later, but that's basically for MSR stove. They slip in here. That's what it looks like when it's closed. I got one on each side, and that's why I had that out. But my battery's going down on my phone, so let me just end it with what I always do say is like, subscribe, get out there and ride. I had a blast up at Death Valley. Looking forward to my next trip. Life's an adventure. Make sure yours is a good one. Take care, YouTube.